अब आगे बढ़ते हैं और कुछ दिग्गज मार्केट एक्सपर्ट्स और जो बड़ी खबरें हैं उनको भी एक बार देख लेते हैं। और आज की जो टॉप खबर थी और जहां पर कि काफी एक्शन भी दिखा वो है रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज कंपनी ने $4 अरब का मेगा फॉरेन करेंसी बॉन्ड जारी कर दिया है और ये किसी भी भारतीय कंपनी की ओर से जारी किया गया सबसे बड़ा साइज का अब तक का बॉन्ड है। इसमें निवेशकों ने भी अपनी जबरदस्त रुचि दिखाई है और काफी अच्छा सब्सक्रिप्शन भी मिला है, करीब 3 गुना सब्सक्रिप्शन इस इशू को देखने को भी मिला है। और इस पर हमारे सहयोगी अजय शर्मा ने सिटी बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के हेड आशु खुल्लर और बैंक ऑफ अमेरिका मेरिल लिंच के एमडी आसिफ भाटिया के साथ खास बातचीत की, जो कि इनके लीड बैंकर्स भी हैं। आइए आपको सुनवा देते हैं।
I think certainly Reliance has started the year with a big bang, and I think it's kind of their tradition to do things in a very big way, in a very innovative way, and I think this is an extension, very much an extension of that philosophy. And as you yourself noted, I think it's the largest foreign currency bond by an Indian issuer. It's also the tightest spread ever achieved by an Indian corporate. And then even if you look at from an Asia perspective, certainly the first 40-year tranche by an Asian corporate, and I think it's even the lowest coupons achieved by an Asian corporate in the 30 and 40-year categories. Huge demand and, great timing, I think, from our perspective, which Reliance chose. Investors are fresh with money in the new year allocations. I think there is going to be a fair amount of interest for companies worldwide to try and hit the, bond markets, as you noted, because I think there's an expectation that the rates may be headed higher. So I think, again, from that perspective, I think great timing. It's also been a while. Reliance is coming back to the international bond markets after a gap of 4 years. And if you look at the journey which the company has had from what used to be a more traditional oil and gas company to now, look at Jio, look at their retail strategy, look at the new energy strategy, but it's a totally transformed company. It's a totally transformed credit. And I'd say that while the equity markets have had an experience of going through the journey, this is probably the first time the fixed income global investors, the top asset managers, the top insurance companies, the banks have had an opportunity to hear that story. And I think I'd say the investors have voted with their wallets. And that's why you had a book which was almost 3 times the size of the deal. And to put it in context, Ajay, last year, the entire foreign currency bond issuance from India was $21 billion. And this one deal had an order book of, over $11.5 billion. So I think in multiple ways, I'd say a very, very significant transaction for Reliance. And then as you noted, I think it does open up, in my view, an opportunity for a number of other Indian corporates, Indian banks, to try and use the momentum. And I think while the rates are still in a historic context, while the treasuries may have moved up a few basis points, in the historic context, I think it's still a great opportunity for issuers to go and raise some, lock in some very attractive pricing.
ओके, तो ये रिलायंस के इशू पर हमने आपको और जानकारी दी।